Judas, Judas, Judah, 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 Judah.
It's the Pesto Pod, the Pesto Pod, the Pesto Pod.
Contrary to my listening habits of the last week, which is comprised solely of 2010's Lady Gaga, I kind of had a poopy week. It was kind of poopy, boofy, boopy because, whoa, I just stubbed my toe. Great, the week's getting worse already. It was Valentine's Day, the time of the Valen, and I'm single. And I don't like being single. It kind of sucks. It's lonely, which is the definition of single, especially because all my friends have long-term boyfriends who I love dearly, but, you know, there they are. And, you know, I got one sister. She's got a husband. My parents are very much in love. No matter who I'm with, pretty much, I'm always the only single person. So that sucks. And FOMO, I guess, a little. But I'm trying to have a good outlook on it because, I don't know. This is kind of a depressing, like, this is going to sound depressing. But you know how everyone's like, you can't love nobody else till you love yourself. I think there's truth in that. Can I talk for a minute? Can I get real? Can we lock in? I think there's truth in that. Because let me think of what I want to say. I have not been the kindest to myself. I struggle being confident. I know that's probably not like, I do this for a living, so that's pretty confident of me, but I have a lot of doubts, and I don't know, I'm self-conscious, and it's like, I don't want to date someone until like I am the happiest I can be with myself, because then I'm dating someone less than I deserve. Does that make any sense? Bestie Rachel always says this. My bestie Rachel says, we're not in the business of convincing. Like, I don't want to I want the person who dates me to be like obsessed with me and madly in love with me. And I know that maybe that sounds like conceited, but I don't think it is. That's like what everyone wants, isn't it? So I don't want to date someone where I have to like, oh my God, I wonder like, does this outfit make me look fat? Should I say this? Am I being clingy? Like, I want to be so authentically me that I don't have to change my actions to convince a person to like me. Does that make any sense? This is getting too much. I know I'm a silly goofy goose, but I have complex thoughts too, you know. The synapses of my brain are not completely vacant. Sometimes they're firing. Vacant? Oh, I'm off my game today. But I don't know. I go on dates. I'm not in the place. I'm not in the place. And I want to like disclaimer. I think I put myself out there a good amount. Trixie and Katya on their podcast, I think it was them, said something about like, I don't know why I can't get a boyfriend. No shit. You work the same job. You take the same bus home. You go to the same restaurants, the same bars. You talk to the same people. Like, you're not trying to meet anyone. I think I do a pretty good job considering that I work from home because I do this full time. I think I do a pretty good job of like trying to get out of the like mundaneness. I go to improv every week, so I have my improv friends. I meet people through there. I try to like go into a new neighborhood all the time. I try to try a new coffee shop every week. I joined a gym, and then I quit the gym. I don't know if this had happened by the last podcast I did, but I posted on TikTok about it. They canceled my dance class, my cardio dance class. It was the highlight of my week. They laid off my instructor. And I think my gym's going bankrupt, honestly. Pissed, because that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Kickball change. What am I supposed to do now? The instructor that I love, Johnny, he said he might move to the Y and teach it at the Y, but the Y is far away from my apartment and it's expensive. Cardio dance. It feels like I was just broken up with because cardio dance was canceled. But I was in the gym for a minute there. So like I get out and I meet people, and I go to little influencer events as I do. I know there's not a whole lot of like single straight men there, but I'm out and about, so it's not that I like am closed off in any way. I don't know. I want to like be so happy with myself before I have someone else, because I really am turned off by the idea of like being in a relationship and not being independent. I'm a very independent person. I like my alone time. I like doing stuff by myself sometimes. I like traveling by myself sometimes. I love having a friend with me, and I would love to have a partner that like I want with me all the time, but I don't want to lose like my sense of self. It's not that I'm scared to. This is therapy. I gotta call Kelly, my therapist. Kelly, get your girl. I guess what I'm saying is like I don't want to look for it. I want it to come to me. That's a good way of putting it. I want to just be living my happy life and be really just really comfortable with myself, and then have someone who comes in and compliments that, and someone who just really, really loves me. Is that okay? Is that allowed? I don't know. Also, I want to draw attention to something. It's really hard dating in New York City, first of all. I don't know why. It just is. There's a million people here, but I guess like my ideal type of man, appearance-wise, is, a giant, lumbering, humongous, bearded, burly, chubby, huge, outdoorsy, rugged lumberjack. I don't think New York City is the demographic for that exactly. The skinny boy noodle trend is really in. Fuck that. I want an apron belly. I don't want a man that I can pick up. Peace and love. Get your 90-pound man away from me. But also, picture the man I just described to you. Picture the adjectives I just said. Who's that man voting for? Donald Trump. And I can't date someone who voted for Donald Trump. So it's really hard. I'm looking for like a woke lumberjack. Call in if you have any suggestions. But I'm focusing on self-love. You can't love nobody else until you love yourself. You can't. I also have experienced in this strange profession of mine, which is social media comedy human. Men are a little threatened by that. Men are a tad threatened by that. I have had a lot of first dates go weird as soon as I mentioned that I am a comedian. I have had a lot of people very uncomfortable if like, because I've been on like a coffee date before and someone has come up to me at the coffee shop and like, I love your videos. And then the person I'm with, like I don't think men like when women are funny or more successful than them. So that's a struggle. And I'm so fucking dead serious because there was a guy in college that we never dated, but we just like hooked up occasionally. He was such an asshole, but it was just like easy, accessible hooking up for me, I guess. And I've never met anyone like more threatened by me, which is like a weird thing to say. And I was so like, my self-esteem was so low and I was so like not confident in myself that I like, kept hooking up with him because I was like, well, I can't do any better. But this kid, like, hated when I mentioned like TikTok or this event I got invited to. Like, he didn't want to hear it. And we were in college together. We had a class together, and it was like a broadcasting class. So like our assignments were like, we had to give like news reports and I don't know, radio show shit like that. And like he would just constantly be trying to one up me in that class because I think he didn't like that I was like that was my thing. I don't know. He like if I made a joke in my like his had to be funnier than mine. He was always asking what I got on assignments. He wanted to make sure that he was doing better than me in the class, which he wasn't, by the way, because I'm really fucking good at speaking. So and I remember one time we were laying in bed together and I had just posted a video of me doing an impression of Lola from Big Mouth. Lola Fuglio Scumpy. Whoa, that was Miranda Sings. What the hell? How does Lola talk? My mom says if I do good, I can get my ears double pierced, but at Home Depot, because the girl at Claire said my lobes were too tough for their fucking machine. I'm losing my spark, but I did a Lola impression. I think I did like, what did I do? You fucking Brussels sprout. No, actually, that's like very sweet. And Nick Kroll duetted it, which was so cool. Nick Kroll's like one of my personal heroes. He's one of the funniest people on earth. I cried when I found out. Like, it was one of the coolest things that has ever happened to me in my life. And I remember laying in bed with this fuck ass kid, and he was like, he only duetted you because like you have followers, and so like he saw it because it was popular. Like, it's not, the impressions are not your thing. Like, he said something very much like that, like along those lines, and I was like, oh my god, is it like a bad impression? And I like genuinely, literally that week, the kid posted on his TikTok and he did an impression and tagged Nick Kroll to try to get Nick Kroll to duet his video. He just really didn't like that I like did something successfully. So, and I just had such like I was like, well, I'm fat, I'm bigger than other girls. I'm like loud, obnoxious. I'm not gonna, this is the best I'm gonna get, is this fucking kid who tries to put me down and who was pretty bad at sex, if I may speak candidly. If you're listening to me, buddy boy, you might want to check on a diagram of the female vagina. I think it could really benefit you. But yeah. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to have sex with someone and then the next day be like, man, that guy is so mean to me. What a horrible thing to feel. I want to be so confident and comfortable in my body and in myself and in my personality and everything that like I want someone to like, you should be so lucky to be near me, to be near this naked temple, this fuck ass, boxy ass, so that's the perspective I'm trying to have. Sorry if that was emo and depressing. I'm just and I'm not just sitting here trying to be like, I'm justifying why I'm single. I'm just trying to like, I'm happy right now. I would love to have a boyfriend. Absolutely. It sucks to be, not like the only one without a significant other, but I would rather be alone right now than with someone that I feel like does not deserve me. And I don't fully believe that right now, but I'm trying to get to the point where I believe that. Does that make sense? This is like a very introspective. I'm not usually this serious about anything in my life. I gotta go watch an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine ASAP. So Valentine's Day. I had friends in town, but they've got boyfriends, so I knew it was going to be me, and I knew it was going to be depressing. And I was like, nope, I am going to focus on someone that I love very much, and that is me. And I'm going to have a whole day where I just really try to love myself, and I just have a really good alone day, and just I'm comfortable alone and comfortable in the silence and comfortable in the solitude. Is that okay? Is that allowed? That's what I did. Started off the day, went to Trader Joe's. I talked about all this on TikTok, but I'm gonna talk about it again because literally nothing else happened this week. I went to Trader Joe's. Fucking love Trader Joe's. I fucking love it. Trader Joe's astounds me. How do you have a grocery store that has not a single other brand but its own, and also no advertising? Have you ever seen a Trader Joe's commercial? I have not. How are they so successful and so decently priced? I will be free sponsorship for Trader Joe's. I love me some TJs. I was a little beflustered, however, because they have a seasonal oat milk all the time, typically. Like in the fall, it's pumpkin oat milk. In the Christmas time, it was gingerbread oat milk. And then I was like so pumped to go. I was like, oh boy, I can't imagine what the fucking flavor of oat milk is this week. And I went, and they didn't have a seasonal flavor. It was plain, because I guess this is like not a season. And that was devastating. Why? This isn't what I go back to my point. Why does pumpkin have to be a seasonal flavor? I understand pumpkins by nature are a seasonal gourd. However, pumpkin spice is not. Pumpkin spice is on the spice rack all year long, babe. pumpkin puree stays in the can year round. Like, why can't we have pumpkin oat milk? But it's okay. I got, what I needed. God, it's a miraculous place. And the employees there are so nice. They're always chatting me up. They always tell me I have nice eyes. Thank you. Do you guys have any Valentine's Day plans or no? So went to Trader Joe's, and then a friend of mine, bestie Sarah, we went to a coffee shop we'd never been to before. And she's a law student, so she's like always busy, which sucks because I usually like am able to, get my work done very easily. So I have to sometimes I just I love spending time with her, so I'll like bring a book. And I'll be like, I just want to sit near you while you work. But no, I actually had like shit I had to get done, like content stuff. So that was nice. We went to a coffee shop. I did my shit. She worked on her law paper. I called my sister, which was nice. Poopy. And then I had the most miraculous everything shower of my life. I was like, I'm going to scrub myself raw. I exfoliated every part of my body. I shaved every part of my body. My bikini line is like a baby porpoise right now. Y'all don't even know. I busted out the good smelling shaving cream. I busted out a hair mask, a face mask. I went nuts. And you know what? I've got this acne. I never used to have acne like in high school. I always had good skin, and all of a sudden I have acne, and I don't do anything different. I wash my face with CeraVe. I use CeraVe moisturizer. That's literally it. I don't wear a ton of makeup. And when I do, I wash my face every night. So annoying. Now all of a sudden I've got little acne, little bumpity. Look at this one brewing on the chin. Terrible. But I, had my deep cleanse, my shed, if you will. And then, I decided to make a very extravagant dinner for myself. I've really been into steak lately, which is so funny. I never liked red meat growing up. I don't know why. I just kind of grossed me out. So I never really had steak, never had hamburgers. It was nuts. And then I recently started this new medication, and it has really changed my palate, methinks. And all of a sudden I'm disgusted by chicken, and I can't get enough of bloody red meat. I can't even look at a raw jiggly chicken breast. That's gnarly. So no. But I've been cooking up a steak. I had to learn how to do it because I've never done it. So I was I got to render this fat cap, and it was delicious. I made a little steak. Let's see. I just had a little salt and pepper action. I made buttered noodles as my side because also, I have binge eating disorder, and one of my worst cravings and danger foods is pasta with butter. I will eat a pound of pasta with butter if given the chance. I can't stop. It's so delicious. But my new strategy has been if I'm craving pasta with butter, I just make a little bit, a half cup of pasta with butter, and I eat it as a side with meat and vegetables. So it's I get my pasta, but I also had a well-balanced, healthy, nourishing meal. Isn't that fun? I learned that from Kelly, my therapist. So, made that. Yeah, I had buttered noodles. What was my veg? Oh, I had asparagus, because I've been really into asparagus lately. And my pea smelled funky afterwards. And that is how the biscuit gets buttered. And then, I don't know. I watched some Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I colored. I lit a candle. I had a little night to myself. Went to bed fairly early. And I had a great day. Yeah, I had a moment of feeling sorry for myself. But I really enjoyed my time with Julia. Oh, God. That's really emo. And then the rest of the weekend was, my friends and I, we played Mario Kart. Went out for drinks. It was a boring weekend. And then, on Sunday, I went out to get coffee with my boy Connor Willie, the Willie Goat, because we have a live show coming up on February 21st, this Friday in New York City, and we're about to sell out. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, this is your last chance. But we hung out on Sunday and checked out the space that we're doing the show in, just to go over everything, and I'm so fucking excited. I hope you guys are coming. It is gonna be so fun. That was my weekend. Kind of depressing. Sometimes I get self-conscious because I see Alex Earl. No shade to Alex Earl, but like her weekend is like, we went out to a 24-hour disco club, and I'm like, should I be doing this? I'm 23. Should I be like out on the town? And then I'm like, oh, I forget. I don't like to jump around in the loud. I like to go to bed. I like to eat snacks. I like to have delightful little chit chats. I really don't like feeling feeling music beats in my chest. Does that make any sense? And I just needed to take it slow this weekend because I was sad. But I ended up, it wasn't that bad. It was fine. I don't know what the message is that I'm trying to send. I'm a hot fucking mess. But we persevered. And now it's Monday and my dance class is canceled. So what the fuck am I supposed to do with my time? You know why I'm so sad? I'll tell you. It's because I am all consumed by the motherfucking anglerfish. Oh my God. Do you guys know about the anglerfish? If you don't, you're living under a rock. Basically, dominating my For You page is this little anglerfish. You know them. They are the creepy creepers with the light bioluminescent motherfuckers. They live at the bottom of the ocean, like 6,000 feet deep. Mariana Trencherooski. And they're chilling down there, and they use the light to like attract little creepy crawlers to eat. Anyway, this week off the coast of Spain, these marine biologists saw a anglerfish swimming directly up to the surface, and it gets to the surface of the water. It says never been recorded. They've never seen a living anglerfish at the surface of the water. Why did it do this? And it died because their bodies are meant to withstand tremendous amounts of pressure. But here it is at the Surferooski, and it can't. The body's not meant for that, so it died. And this is like a crazy big moment for research and whatever. And the theories that the scientists came up with is that the anglerfish was either injured or diseased or something and was going to die anyway, and it just kept swimming up. But because the internet is made up of girly pops, it has become the most devastating thing ever, because all I see is it's like edits of the anglerfish swimming up to sad music, and it has a quote, and it's like, for my last day, I would like to see the light. Oh my God. I saw one that was like, I've spent my whole life in the dark making light for others, and I just wanted to see a light that was made for me. Fuck! That's crazy. No! That is devastating. Devastating news. I'm tearing up over the anglerfish. And to make matters worse, like the way that it was filmed, I thought that the anglerfish was like I thought it was the size of me. I thought it was huge. And then I learned that it was 6 inches long. It's a baby. It was so little and cute. And she swam up and she died, bruh. Oh my God. She probably had heard stories her whole life of the surface. And she said, I don't believe any of that. And then she's about to die and she went, no, I'm swimming up. Think of how far she had to swim, bro. Think of how far she swam. She swam alone for all those miles because she wanted to see the sun. Oh no. I saw one that was like, imagine if it was nighttime and she saw stars in the sky and she thought it was all other anglerfish. Oh, I'm gonna puke. I think I'm gonna be sick. It drives me insane. It's literally been all I'm thinking about. That, and it has triggered a resurgence of my emotion toward the Mars rover. Do y'all know about the Mars rover Curiosity? Fucking this rover is on Mars and it's alone, and every year on its birthday it sings happy birthday to itself. In the arms of the angels. I can't do this, guys. It's been a rough one. No. I would like a musical written about the anglerfish ASAP. And I would like to play the anglerfish. I think I could do her justice. Okay. I guess that's really it. I have nothing to share. I have a really cool, fun, exciting week ahead of me, though. So I'm feeling a lot more positive today. I'm going to try to go to bed before midnight so that I don't like spiral into oblivion. And this was an emo episode, but sometimes I'm emo and you need to know that. Okay? Shove it up your ass, Brenda. Have a great week, everybody, and I'll see you next week. In the arms of the angel.